This program has been made possible by contributions from our viewers. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Drew. Welcome to the Beggars Woodshop. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are most welcome. Thank you for joining me here, and thank you for inviting me into your homes, laps, hands, well, just however you happen to be viewing this program. Welcome to you, our new subscribers as well. You are most welcome. There's certainly been a lot of you here lately. I know there are going to be a lot of people who want to get to the meat of this video, so here's your time code. But stick around anyways. I got some cool things you may want to hear. For those of you who did stick around, first off, I want to thank you. Each and every single one of you who have helped this channel grow, but also for your responses on my response to the John Malecki video. I gotta say, it was nice to see everyone come out in the Shopsmith community, not just onto my video, but other video responses, as well as John's video. Okay, it was good to see everyone come together. I know a lot of you also vented. Okay, I'm glad you guys are venting. To just remember, you know, it's okay. We're gonna be all right. Shopsmith is going to survive. It has survived for practically 75 years now. That's one hell of a machine. Speaking of that machine, have you gone onto Shopsmith's website here lately? I have. The catalog is available online, and right there at the very front of the catalog, the Power Pro 2.0. They have upped the Power Pro. What's the difference? Well, I only had a brief glance, but so far it's basically a small touch screen. And you have a couple of extra programming options with updating it, as well as running some diagnostics in case you get a problem. Now, when I upgrade, I'm going to end up getting the 2.0, and that's not by choice. Unless Shopsmith will still have the 1.0 available at the time I can do either one. If you've got a 1.0 and you want to upgrade to the 2.0, they do have an upgrade kit. It's not that difficult to do. Personally, I like to wait, and since I'm going to be waiting anyways because I'm trying to raise the funds for it, we're going to see what happens. I'm very curious to see how this goes out. I know a lot of people can have problems with touch screens. All right, I recently learned of a term known as zombie fingers. I think my mom has zombie fingers when it comes to touch screens. I've seen her with her tablets. It's crazy. Sorry about that. But yeah, that's a pretty cool thing. Let's see how it goes. Welcome back to those of you who went away for a little bit. As you can tell, it wasn't very long. But if you like the video you're about to see, or any of the other videos here on my channel, give them a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Hit the little bell icon. You'll be notified the moment I do a video. Leave a comment down below asking a question, or if you've got some way you think I can upgrade my shop, as it were, because I do need tools, ladies and gentlemen. There are a lot of tools I don't have. This old 1954 machine, yeah, it's got to be upgraded. It's got to be upgraded. I'm still using everything the old-fashioned way. That's why I don't use a lot of things. Meat of this conversation. We know it. You know it. Pros and cons of a Shopsmith. Now, no tool is perfect. I want to make that very clear. All right, no tool is perfect. A lot of people will praise their tools or their company, saying this is the best one to do. This is the best one to have in your shop. They don't think so with a Shopsmith. Well, obviously they're wrong. We're proving that right now after the Malecki video. As Mike Young puts it, it's a malarkey. Malecki's malarkey. Which Yeah, he is a subscriber. I know he's a subscriber to this channel. Mike, it's good to have you on board. Hope you don't mind me using your terminology there. Malarkey's malarkey. I hope I don't, and if I really wanted to use another term, I hope I don't malarkey this, as Scott at My Growth Rings, along with Tom at Woodshop Nerdery, were saying in their joint video together. My apologies for whatever's going on out there. Someone's doing street work of some kind. I don't know exactly what. I wish they'd stop it so I could actually keep going. I don't want to wait because I've already delayed getting this video recorded. So, let's get to the heart of all of this. Pros and cons. Well, that's hard for me to do because I'm very pro Shopsmith. So, doing the cons was a little tricky. And some cons, they're not really that big of a deal because there's something you can do to fix it or adjust it. But let's start with the cons of the Shopsmith. And apparently Poochie doesn't agree. Don't worry, Pooch is fine. It's a brand new dog next door, and the dog's very lonely. Hopefully the other dogs will keep him company. So, con. Not every accessory for the Shopsmith is practical. An example? The compressors that Shopsmith came out with, first in the early days of the Mark V and then again in the 90s. The compressor with a machine this big seems a little... A machine this big seems excessive for a compressor, especially with what we got for compressors nowadays. Simple box compressors that you can plug into your car and fill up the air in the tires. I think that when it comes to the compressor, yeah, you're probably better getting off a compressor you can buy at the hardware store. You'll get more pressure options. You'll get a tank. Yes, you can hook up a tank. The 1990s manual actually shows that. But it just doesn't seem as practical to me with a machine this big. A power station or a crafter station? Yeah, maybe a little bit more legit, or if I built my own little power stand for it. But in the end, it's like, well, why don't I just get a regular compressor? I can take it with me everywhere. This is a little bit trickier to take with me everywhere. Now, Shopsmith did have an advantage with their original in that you had a sprayer and you had a lot of tubing and you could hook it up to your hose. Your garden hose, specifically. Yeah, and some of the fittings back when they first came out weren't fully universal. And Shopsmith, more or less, started using what we use today. So it's kind of an advancement. Another is the biscuit joiner. Say what you will about any biscuit joiner in comparison to dowel jigs or the domino, which that's an entirely different video altogether I might go over one day. You set it up similar to your table saw. And it's great, yeah, if I just got a couple of boards like this, simple, put them together. But if I have to do slots here, it does become a little bit tricky and inconvenient because I got to set it up, line it up, preset a stop on my table, turn on the machine, and crank it down so I'm lowering it on top, and then bring it back up at the proper depth. I'll leave a link to a video showing this in operation. But it just... Getting a handheld one, to me, just seems a little bit more practical. Now, I want everyone to remember, these are just my opinions, and I admit some of these opinions are based off of what I have read and what I have watched. Haven't experienced. Like I said, I'm pro Shopsmith. I'm very pro Shopsmith. Speaking of pro, let's go into the pros. I'm not dwelling on the cons, mostly because it's very hard to find cons. Let's go let's go pros. Yes, pros about this lovely, lovely machine. Space! I am in a garage. That will always be my shop, even if I get some big fancy piece of property. Okay, I'm exaggerating, but you get my point. I don't know how well that's going to happen for me. I will always have my shop in a garage. Because that's where the average person is. You, ladies and gentlemen, you're in a garage. You make that garage used in every way possible with your storage and everything else. You're using that garage for other things. Out here, I've got laundry. I've got a few bulk items that have to be stored. There's decorations. There's stuff that we can't fit into the house right now because the kitchen needs to be redone and a bunch of other stuff. The thing about this place, we got more room, but at the same time we got less room. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But there's space for me to work out here, and the Shopsmith is convenient for that. This thing, you could work in a 4-foot by 6-foot space, maybe even a 5-foot by 6-foot space. Yeah, you could probably go 6 feet square, and you would still have plenty of room to be able to move around, grab your accessories, swap them out. It's all convenient in space. And storing this thing is so simple. You got to fit a vehicle into your garage? Okay, just push it off to the side. You're done. Store your accessories on the wall. There's plenty of ways to store all of your accessories and attachments. There have always been, from articles in Popular Mechanics to instruction manuals to articles in publications put out by Shopsmith that you can find online very easily. Space. Another pro. Several of the tools you'll need are in one tool. This is a 5-in-1 machine, and you can get additional accessories like this bandsaw, this jointer, planer, all kinds of secondary accessories. Everything is right here for you. Everything. Another pro I've already mentioned, but I'll say it. Mobility. You can move this thing around. Get it out of your way. Set it off to the side. Mobility is something we need in a lot of shops. You know, a lot of people don't have those big, expensive, fancy size of a house shops. So they gotta work in a small, confined space, which means they need to be able to move things around a little bit more. Everything you need right here. It's great. I still get amazed over this, ladies and gentlemen. I really do. Now, price. Well, that's where it gets interesting. Because price of a brand new one versus price of an old one versus price of a brand new bare minimum of what you would need in your shop for what you are doing, non-Shopsmith tools, to bare minimum what you would need in your shop used tools. I'd recommend you research that yourself, because everybody's got different prices for different things. Shopsmith, you're still finding older models. That's a big pro right there. These models last. This is an original 1954 machine, and it still works. Still works, ladies and gentlemen. How many machines out there are that old on the used market and still work? And can still get parts for? I can actually upgrade? Come on. Are they really out there? Be very rare. Now, some people do overprice on the used market. Yes, I've actually seen these things way overpriced for used. Especially newer machines. I get wanting to make your money back, but there are a lot of other pros and cons I could go over, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure. I'm really sure. I may not convince everyone to get one of these things, but hopefully I can at least have people understand and appreciate it a little bit more. Now, lastly, let's go over some of the pros, or should I say the cons, that have kind of been turned into pros. First off, the one I'll mention, safety. I'm working on a 1954 machine, which has the old table saw system, which the safety guards, when they first came out, didn't exist. And then over time, they were developed, changed. And it's the old Actually, I can't get access to it right now. There's another machine in the way. My shop vac. It's the old cast iron tables, and there's no in-feed, out-feed, and something's a little more difficult. Shopsmith has upgraded, and you can upgrade depending on your machine. If you got one of these older machines, you can, and it's got these old, what are known as the 500 table saw systems, you can now upgrade to a 520 very easily. It's a kit, and all you have to do is just install it. If you've got a 510 or a 505, which is essentially a 510 without the extra tables, you can easily upgrade to the 520 if you want. Not to say the 510 is bad. 510 is actually pretty good, but the 520, a lot of people like it. I got this thing for the lathe. I did. That was my main reason for getting it, is lathe work. As I recall, when you set up your lathe, that's your height. Right there. Edge of the elbow. Right in line. When I learned, I think mine was higher. What do I mean by this elbow thing? The spindle. The center of your spindle has to be right there. And I think mine was probably like up here. It was a little bit higher. I was learning on a Powermatic. That's what they had. Shopsmith is pretty low. I mean, I'm bending my elbow. If I get it right in here, I'm bending my elbow, and you can see there's a gap big enough. It's lower. Not a problem. I can build a platform and elevate it. That is a simple, simple fix, ladies and gentlemen. That's one of those things that you may think is a con, but is easily turned into a pro. Just like the table saw system. Safety. Nope, we have upgraded safety in the world of Shopsmith. Why did I say we? Why did I say I don't know. In fact, speaking of safety, I'm going to recommend a video up here in the top corner. Yeah, right up there. To a video on my growth rings about table saw safety involving the Shopsmith. You're going to be surprised at what you might learn and how Shopsmith actually helped table saw safety. Pretty good, huh? Pretty good. This machine is wonderful, folks. Now, I know there are a lot more pros. Hopefully there aren't any more cons. I didn't go over everything. I just wanted to give a sample to you. And I hope that this didn't just turn into me doing a random ramble. Okay, I had done a lot of prep for this. My prep was slightly altered when the 2.0 came out, so I kind of had to look at some of that stuff. So the prep I had, it's a little off. Upcoming on this channel is a video I know some people are very curious about, because in my last project video I talked about a bell stand. That bell stand, sitting over here behind me, I'm blocking it right now. You're going to see what it looks like. That comes out 2 weeks. I'm trying to remember the exact... Hold on. The first is a Thursday. 15th or 16th? 16th. 16th, if I'm looking at that correctly. I've obviously put up the text if I'm wrong. The 16th, that's a Friday. That's when that bell stand video comes out. I'm also in the middle of a couple other little things. But if you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell icon if you want to be notified when I put up a video or go live, which I might be able to do one of these days. If you would like to contribute to help get that upgrade of both the table saw, the Power Pro, and anything else I might need for the Shopsmith, I have a GoFundMe campaign. The link is down in the description below. Or if you think there's something else you need in your shop, there's a tool you think you have I might need, and you either can ship it or live in the Sacramento area, leave a comment down below. I read my comments. I will get back to you on all those comments. Even if I just leave a thumbs up, I get back to you. I think that's everything I wanted to cover, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Well, you think you do all this prep to try to make sure you cover everything, and then you sit and wonder, did I cover it all? Okay, you know what? That's my cue to stop. That is my cue to stop, because I want to start rambling. I have a habit of doing that. And hopefully I will see you next time, right here on the Beggars Woodshop.